I'm just a Jewish kid from the Heights. That's how I rolled. That's how I grew up. I spent the late 70s in the Tiger's Den. And when my wife and I decided to get married, buy a home, we thought of Solon, the next great Heights. Diverse, open, inclusive. And the first thing I did when I moved here in 1993, we started a little group, a little organization called Neighbors Celebrating Diversity. And Solon of 1993 was not exactly the SC we see here tonight. It was a little bit of a challenge to start a group called Neighbors Celebrating Diversity, but we worked our butts off. And we made some good progress along the way. We built a beautiful synagogue, the first Jewish synagogue on the corner of Harper and Cannon for Solon. Being the first Jewish mayor, one of the greatest things that I had a privilege of doing was the groundbreaking of the first mosque on Liberty Road in Solon to welcome our brothers and sisters. If you ever walk through our high school, you'd see amazing diversity.
As fellow humans, we have to speak up and reject practices, rhetoric, and systemic racism, not only in policing, but in corporate America, hiring practices from entry level to board positions, healthcare, education, and lending practices that impact opportunities to our own homes and businesses. These injustices serve to divide and deprive. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere."
I believe we, together, must build the world we want to live in. Over a century ago, AJC's founders understood that the best way to protect the Jewish people would be to work towards a world in which all people were accorded respect and dignity. We are confronting, once again, the most fundamental issue in our country, the enduring gap between America's principles and America's lived reality. As my children learn about our country, they are also coming to understand that America's values and opportunities are not applied equally. A vigil is defined as wakefulness maintained. I am awake, and I believe now is the time to use our collective voices and to take action to ensure that hatred, bigotry, and racism are drowned out by mutual respect and equal protection under the law.
When we were talking about the enormity of the task ahead of us, my 7-year-old daughter said to me, as was quoted before from our sacred scripture, from the sayings of our rabbis, "Lo alecha hamlacha ligmor, velo ata ben chorin lihibatel mimena." It is not your duty to complete the task, neither are you free to ignore it altogether. Neither are you free to desist from it. And my 7-year-old daughter said to me, we do the best that we can, and we hope that others will be inspired by our work and will continue the work when we no longer have the strength and when we're no longer here. And God, I hope and I pray today that this is not a battle that my children and my grandchildren, God willing, will have to fight.